Hey you guys, welcome to your bi-weekly love reading. This is for Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the weeks of June 3rd through the 17th, 2019. So I have already shuffled and cut the cards. Let's go ahead and begin here. I want to thank you guys for liking, sharing, and subscribing to my channel. I ask that you all please continue to do so. Remember, these are general, so they may or may not resonate, but hopefully you do get some clarity. If you want to book a personal reading, you can email TemajTarot@gmail.com so I can send you that information. It's in the description box below. Also, if you want to reach me by phone, I try to do readings Monday through Friday. Some days I don't, and some days I might surprise you and do a weekend read. But what you can do, if you don't see me post that video saying that I'm currently taking calls, you can always put yourself in a queue and wait up to, I think, 24 hours to get a call back. So yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and get started here. We have the central issue, heart of the matter, as the Magician. We have the King of Wands, Six of Pentacles, Five of Cups, the Queen of Swords, the Four of Swords, Nine of Swords, Temperance. Okay. Aries, it looks like something happened where you were trying to manifest somebody. You were trying to focus on someone, get someone to get your attention. Maybe you were trying to charm them. I feel that you were pulling all of your tricks out. And none of them seemed to work. Something left you feeling disappointment, you know, maybe feeling some sort of regret. If this was some sort of breakup and maybe you were trying to win the person back, they were like, I'm not falling for your BS anymore. I'm not tolerating it. Also, you guys keep in mind this story could be playing out the other way. Somebody could be trying to get you back, trying to charm you, and you're just like turning your back on them because they let you down in the past. But either way, you know, I'm just seeing like there's some sort of disappointment here. And I feel like someone iced you. Someone is cold as ice. They're not speaking. They're focusing on themselves. They just turned their backs on you. Or you turned your back on somebody. But you could have been dealing with an air sign, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, maybe Sag, Aries, or a Leo. But yeah, I feel like it's time for you to take a time out. So if you've been grieving over something not working out, you know, just kind of take a break, gather your thoughts. I see you're having anxiety, stressing about a lot of things. Some of you are also probably losing sleep over a situation too. Been having some sort of dreams or nightmares, recurring dreams. Maybe you've been waking up in the middle of the night or having anxiety attacks in the middle of the night. I just kind of feel like overall something's going on, whether you're single or in a relationship, where you're just kind of stressed out about something or someone. The Temperance is also about healing and having patience too. So for those of you, if you're in a relationship and there's been trouble, you called your partner out for being phony or fake or lying to you about something, and maybe there's been a sense of mistrust. Whatever you guys are going through this troubled time, I feel like it's temporary. I feel like these things had to happen so that you can make some sort of adjustments in your relationship. Some of you are going to have to set boundaries with what's acceptable and what's unacceptable. You know, this is also about you setting boundaries with people, speaking your mind. If you are still disappointed with somebody, let them know it. Hey, I didn't appreciate when you did this. You know, that's unacceptable. I cannot continue in this relationship if it's going to be this way, that way. If you are single, you know, and you're just kind of upset because you still haven't met the right person, maybe you didn't like the way your date went here. You know, it's just about you taking a time out and regrouping. I feel like some of you are disappointed that it didn't work out with maybe an air sign or this person who was very like intellectual. Maybe you guys had some sort of connection where you felt like you guys just had, you could talk to this person. They were interesting. Maybe they stood out from everybody else and you're like, why didn't it work out? I don't understand. You know, was it something I did? Was it something I said? I feel like this is self-blame a lot too with this Five of Cups. So make sure you're not blaming yourself if someone chose a different path or chose a different direction. Unless, you know, something was your fault. I mean, if something was your fault, then, you know, oh well, you made a mistake. Stop beating yourself up about it. But like I said, now, if this is looking at someone, the other person's perspective, then yeah, someone is probably missing you and regretting something they did or said or didn't do. Maybe someone is also upset that they missed the boat or passed up on an opportunity. And if you have moved on, it could be that this person is just like stressed out about it and feeling like they want to talk to you again. You know, they can't believe what they did. But I feel like this is a lot of energy that is for you. Like you really need to do some healing here. Spiritually, I see some of you have tapped into some sort of gift as well. Like you could be a healer, some sort of spiritual healer. And now I'm seeing as telepathy is also being confirmed too. Maybe some of you felt like you had a telepathic connection where you felt like you thought about them, they would call, or you've just been dreaming about this person and all of a sudden, next thing you know, they're calling you. I see some you guys are, it's like a tower moment might be coming up. So be prepared for that. Yeah. Some of you, your life is getting ready to change like significantly. This can take place in a mental state, like, you know, your beliefs getting shattered, someone not being a person that you thought they were. Maybe you thought someone was so perfect, you thought this person was amazing, and turns out this person was a full-on butthole, or, you know, they just turned out to be an absolute creep. And you know, their personality was exposed and you're just having a hard time coming to grips with it. And it just seems like a lot of you, it just shook you. You're definitely having a moment, or will be having a moment. So just be prepared. It's like, even though I'm warning you, a lot of times, if this tower is not indicating something positive, expect to have a good cry, expect to have a mental breakdown. Like, I mean, you know, when you're an adult and something hurt you so bad to the core that you ball up in the corner on the floor like a baby, you know, shit still happens like that. So I just kind of feel that that's something that's getting ready to happen with the tower and the world. Now, it also makes me feel like it's almost, I see these cards like in reverse too, which makes me feel like your life is getting flipped upside down, or at least that's how you feel. You're like, oh, my life is just like went to shambles. Like, I can't believe my life was changed in an instant. And I feel too like this may have something to do with having to relocate all of a sudden. You know, or having to take some sort of unexpected trip. Now, I told you sometimes I can see the tower depending on the situation. Sometimes it can be positive, but honestly, it looks like it's a shakeup. So I'm just trying to brace you. It could be too that there's a visitor coming that you weren't expecting. Maybe you don't like this person. Maybe your car suddenly breaks down and it's just like, for crying out loud, you know, What's going on? So I feel that there's a situation where someone is maybe just taking off. Um, Someone might just leave the relationship in the middle of the night. They packed all of their things. They just left. Or you might decide to put someone out. It's like, get out of my house, get out of my life. Good riddance. If you were single and you're like, ooh, good, thank goodness, you know, I'm single. I feel like something still happens. You receive some news or a message, or you hear from somebody you weren't expecting to hear from. You thought you were fine. You thought you had moved on. Turns out maybe you were just suppressing some thoughts or just coping, but not healing. And you hear from that person, and all of a sudden you lose it. You just lose it. You're like, oh my God, I thought I was over this person. You bawling somewhere. You punching holes in a wall. You know, it's just like you flipped out. Maybe you ran into them unexpectedly. You were out driving around. You seen them out with their family, their new life, and they're happy. And you just lose it. It's like it did something to you, and it was very unexpected. And it's funny that you guys are getting this reading, because I was thinking earlier about the Tower and how I first really recognized, like, connected my life with the Tower. So I'm just going to briefly share that story just to give an example. But this one time I was doing my own daily reading, you know, wake up in the morning, and I pulled like the Tower for myself, and I was like, oh, Tower, like, oh, okay, like, I don't know what that is, you know, and plus I'm a hermit, you know, so it's like I don't go nowhere. So I'm like, well, whatever. So later on that day, my ex-boyfriend came by. I do not want this man. I don't like him. It's my daughter's father. But when we had been broken up for like, I think 2 years, and our breakup, I didn't even cry that last time we broke up. We had broke up before, but this time, the last time we had broke up, I didn't cry. I was like, good. I was like so over it. It just, everything just ended abruptly, and I was over it. So I never cried over him. But he came to my house this one day. He's probably dropping off some money. And this time his girlfriend was with him. And so when I seen the girl, me and her, we waved, we talked, you know, we made a couple of jokes, called him rude and stuff for not properly introducing us and stuff. So it was like good. It was all good. And so when I closed the door, as soon as he left, like, I just started bawling. And I was like, what is this? And I was like, I don't know what that is. And I knew I didn't want him back, but I think I was like, what type of sadness is this? I was like, is this hater sadness? You know, because at the time, you know, I had been going through several relationships since our breakup, still had not found nobody steady. And here he had moved on, had been with this girl, things were going good. And I think it hurt me, the fact that, like, this nigga really moved on and he doing good and I'm still struggling, you know. And I think that's what to me was a Tower moment. Like, it just hit me, like, and then from not even crying from the breakup, like all of that type of stuff, it really hit me, like, damn, things really didn't work out. So I explained all of that to give you an example of, if you do run into somebody and you know you don't want to be with them, but you start crying, it might be the fact that you just come to some sort of realization that, you know, that you're still single, or that they moved on, or, you know, it's just something. So sorry, I keep hearing my thumb. I'm so dry. So yeah, I'm just trying to tell you that something happens very unexpectedly, and it usually shakes your foundation. Let me go ahead and start clarifying this Tower. I'm seeing something about isolation too. Or someone being moved to isolation. Now, those of you that deal with someone that is in jail or prison, I almost feel like someone is getting shipped or relocated to a different state without warning. And it's like you go to visit them and they're gone. I don't know why I'm getting the image of prison. I'm seeing like an island, like someone being on a prison, like where it's an island. So it's almost like somewhere so far that people can't reach you barely. Like people have to take a special trip cross. So it's almost to the point where if someone was trying to escape, it's like they want to make it difficult for someone to get back out into society because they're off on an island, on a deserted place. This can be some sort of institution too. I don't know why I'm thinking of that. I'm not saying that you're getting sent there, but it might have something to do with somebody in your life or from your past. Ew. I don't like that, you guys. I'm so sorry. Okay, I see two things that is confirming. It's either a very unexpected trip, being forced out. I don't know if it's like you have to, man. It could have something to do with the weather too. Like the weather blows your lights out, or I know we're in tornado season. Maybe it's like having to seek shelter. Maybe there is some sort of extreme loss. It again, if it's not happening to you, maybe it's something that you're witnessing, or you're dealing with someone that has to go through this. And the other thing that I'm seeing too that is confirming is something in regards to your vehicle or your car. And visitation, unexpected visitor, guest. Okay. So now this makes me feel better, seeing the sun. So for some of you, even if something, the tower, it still might be disastrous, but it looks like it's going to turn out to be something positive. So it could be an unexpected guest. Maybe it's someone that you haven't seen in a long time. It's some sort of reunion. Maybe it is someone being released from prison or jail. Maybe it is a situation where maybe it's sort of disastrous too, because someone's coming to your home, but you weren't ready. Maybe your house is a mess. Maybe it was under construction. Goodness. This also, someone may come to you because they need a place to stay. They're like, I've been kicked out. Can I stay here? It could be the fact that someone was already in your home, like you already had guests in your home, and something went down with the guest that maybe it wasn't supposed to happen. So like maybe they're in a relationship, or, you know, I don't know, but something like went down and it changed everything. Something very unexpected happens. So some of you, I did see just a complete different storyline just shift and take place. So I did just see a situation where someone is having like visitors or guests in their home, and then it turns out that somebody ends up sleeping with somebody that they're not supposed to, and it changes your lives like forever. It's like, what just happened? What just happened? So yeah, Someone also confronted their fears because somebody was pretending like they weren't attracted to the other person, and turns out they're very much attracted to one another, but they have been being phony with one another, or trying to, you know, just keep it, hey, let's keep this PG, let's keep this, you know, it's not supposed to go there with us, and then all of a sudden it does. Now I do see, before I go, I do also see someone who is a traveler or who travels for a living. This also could be a situation where someone is traveling cross country or decides to do it out the blue. Someone may all of a sudden decide that they're wanting to run away from their problems. So especially if you got money like that, I wish I could. But I always use that reference, eat, pray, love. Somebody like might be running off and, you know, trying to find themselves. So it's just like, well, since I'm single, nobody in my life, or I just went through a horrible breakup, I'm about to go traveling. Like, and it's like you're running away, but at the same time, it's therapeutic because you're finding yourself. I just want to look a little more at the world here. I also see something changing in government too. There's getting ready to be a major shakeup politically. I know this is a love reading, but you know, I had to put that out there. Somebody's traveling. You know, I almost feel like somebody escapes prison. I don't know who, but one day, within the next 2 weeks, or maybe it extends out later, somebody is escaping. Who is that guy, the El Chapo? That guy that kept getting out or something? I don't know. I just almost feel like somebody is breaking out. Maybe it doesn't make news headlines. Maybe it does, but I almost feel like somebody just keeps breaking out. Somebody is leaving a system. One last thing is that I'm seeing something in regards to possible witness protection. You know how to make some sort of plea deal, I guess. They're like, okay, you give up names. Well, you know, but the downside is that you have to go away to witness protection where you don't know nobody, some unknown town and all of that. I'm seeing something about system of beliefs, or the system, the structure of society's standards or something. Also, some of you might be protesting about this abortion rights. That might be something that for whatever reason has to do with your life. So I'm going to go ahead and stop there because I don't want it to get too far off of love, you know, but those other messages were coming out. But I mean, I hope that makes sense. I hope it resonates. Feel free to leave your comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Many blessings to you.